Hi there, Doc from Barcast Audio here, today to talk with you about the most important contracts subjects that are tested on the essay section of the bar exam. Let's jump right into the most commonly tested subjects, what you should keep in mind, the trickier rules that are tested in the essay section, all of it. We're going to talk about it in this video. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to this channel for more of these videos. Be sure to check us out at barcastaudio.com. Let's jump right into it. So, contracts as tested on the essay section of the bar exam. There's a point to be had for any law student that is so easy, that is so straightforward that it boggles my mind, it never comes up. And that is going to be my number one sort of rule thing to keep in mind here. First thing you do on any contracts essay, anything, is identify what is being asked of you. And what do I mean there? All contracts that you're dealing with are generally either going to have the UCC for a sale of goods contract apply or the common law apply for services contracts, real estate contracts, anything like that. So understand which rule of law applies to the facts of your hypo and simply write this is a sale of goods contract at issue, so the UCC Article 2 would apply, or this is a real estate or services contract. As such, the common law would apply. Those are easy points to be had straight away, and too often students look right past them because they think it's obvious that the subsequent analysis that they do makes clear that this is in fact a sale of goods contract or this is in fact a common law real estate or services contract. But don't skip that. You want to write these essays like you're writing them for a small child, like somebody who's never been to law school. You want to go to that granular level and explain it like the examiners really don't understand or know anything about the law. So start off every contracts essay with that rule, with that analysis. Now, the most commonly tested sub-area of contracts that is tested on the bar exam is formation of contracts, how contracts are actually formed. Now, how are contracts actually formed? They are an offer, they are acceptance, they are consideration. So a contract has to have acceptance and 3, 2, 1. So a contract has to have an offer, acceptance, and consideration. That's it. Now, obviously, we know that there is all of these sub-issues kind of flow out of those 3 main topic areas. But let's break each of them down in a little bit more granular detail. So when it comes to offers, understand what an offer is, understand when an offer is being communicated, and understand counteroffers. Counteroffers are a tricky little subject that the bar examiners love to test because it is ripe for analysis. When is an offer, when does it expire? When is it canceled out by a counteroffer? Understand that at common law, and a statement can very easily become a counteroffer rather than acceptance when the terms of the initial contract are changed. The terms of the initial offer themselves are changed. So if you add a condition or change the general terms of the agreement, that is a counteroffer rather than an acceptance with this additional term added. So that's sort of an obvious rule, but it's one to really keep in mind because it is frequently tested with regard to offers. Also understand when can offers be held open and what is required to keep an offer open. Understand that generally an offer can be revoked at any time prior to acceptance, but there are situations in which an offer can be held open. And understand that at common law, for a non-sale of goods contract, consideration is in fact required to hold an offer open. Now there is a UCC sub-rule, the firm offer rule, that applies to this. I'm not going to dive all the way into that right now, but just understand there are certain circumstances where an offer can be held open and what is required there and when consideration is not required under the sale of goods UCC Article 2. So that brings us to acceptance, and understand what acceptance is. It's this manifestation of assent to the terms of an offer. And when it comes to acceptance, what we're really often dealing with is rejection. When is a rejection valid? When is a rejection manifested? So a lot of times with acceptance, they're testing things like the mailbox rule. So understand that things like the mailbox rule, which is you're generally deemed to have accepted an offer once you send the acceptance, and understand how that relates to rejection. Whereas when you send a rejection, it is generally deemed that when the offeror receives the rejection, that is when the rejection is effectively communicated. It's not enough for them to just accept, for you to put in the mail.